Sarah Rae. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be more of a story time. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what happened at the very beginning of my trip a few months ago when I went to go see my dad back home in New York. It was quite stressful, I should say. It involves my ostomy and TSA and just flying alone in general, that whole experience. So with that said, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload, and let's start talking about it. First, I'm going to tell you that I'm going to link a video in the description box down below that is all about how to travel with an ostomy. And I mean in terms of pre-cutting your bags because you can't exactly carry scissors on the plane. Also to avoid gassy foods and beverages, carbonated beverages, gum and candies that you suck on because they all cause gas. And if you're like me, embarrassed to really empty your bag in public, you want to avoid that at all costs. I recommend, and this isn't a sponsor or anything, I've been using this for a long time. Poopery is a godsend and helps me like empty my bag in public when I need to. Poopery is everything. It is life for me. So that's a tip for anybody who's watching this that has a hard time emptying their bag in public. Poopery. But then like I talk about other things in that video, so that video will be linked in the description box down below. Now on to the actual story itself. A few months ago I went to go back to New York to see my dad for about a week and some change. I got to the airport. I drove about an hour and a half to the airport, Charlotte Airport, and my first time flying alone. I'm having panic attacks. I was having panic attacks like weeks before it even came up, the day came, because I'm not afraid of flying. So I get into the airport, go to check in, and realize that I have to pay $25 for my baggage. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I didn't have that. I had $23 in my account and you needed $25. I'm like, are you kidding me? So there's this thing, right, called, well, my last name and then luck after that. Or curse, as some of my other family members would say. It just depends on how you're feeling. Something always goes wrong. We prepare for it, like it just happens. It's kind of funny, really. So I was like, great. Just my luck, right? So I feverishly called my dad. I'm like, Dad, what do I do? Like, can you, like, how long does it take if, like, you send me a few dollars? He's like, well, that could take a while since it's the weekend. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I talked to some of the workers. We're getting things situated, had to go talk to customer service. And it turns out the plane, my connecting flight in Washington, was late. And or something, makes no sense. I would have missed that flight, and I wouldn't have known until I got there. I'm like, that is not right. Like, you're not telling anybody that would happen. Like, I wouldn't have found out if I didn't have to go to customer service. They flat out told me that. And because I went to them for something else, they upgraded my flight to a one-way, which is awesome. And then we got the whole baggage thing situated. Now, so that all happened and I'm fine. I'm like, oh, everything worked out. Let me just head and go sit down somewhere, put my headphones on, and meditate and just relax and take one of my meds that was given to me to relax and just I get to TSA, Security Checkpoint. You guys, I've heard of stories where you can get stopped at the security checkpoint in the airport for gun residue or guns itself, and I've always heard stories like that. I never actually met anybody that's ever had that done. Hint of what's about to happen, foreshadow. It was my turn, threw my hands up, everything was fine, went to step out. Ma'am, can you step over here, please? Okay. She starts patting me down. Hardcore, gets to my ostomy spot, where my ostomy is, and starts patting really hard, like there's something there or something's gonna magically appear. I don't know which one. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, how long is she gonna sit there and pat that area? So I'm like, I have an ostomy bag there. She looks at me and she goes, oh, that makes sense. I'm like, yeah. I didn't say this out loud, but I thought to myself, like, why didn't you ask if the person has something on them or anything? But no. And then she goes, I need to check your hands for gun residue powder or explosive powder. That's just protocol. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, here you go. Then she turns around and goes, can you please put your hand on your bag, wipe it, so we can test your hand again? I'm like, I guess. So I do it, negative, and they let me go. First of all, that's not the first time it happened. On my way back from New York to here in North Carolina, it happened then too. No privacy, nothing. I wasn't even offered, and I tried to challenge this to their manager, but nothing came about it because they want to believe their staff over a victim, not a victim, but over someone who just got humiliated in front of a bunch of people because she had to reach down her pants in front of a bunch of people and rub down her pants. Nobody knows what I'm doing. They just see my hand down my pants. That's nice. Like, you couldn't offer to put me somewhere private? So my dad thinks that it could have something to do with my powder, like the stoma powder, that it could possibly, and I tried looking this up and I can't for sure say this is what it is, this is truth, so this is speculation. Don't take this at heart, but my dad thinks that like our powder has some type of like chemical that is similar to what is made in like explosive powder, like a nitrate, sodium nitrate or something like that. I don't remember. Some type of nitrate, and they're in both of them, so that shows up as like you could have something on you. And I'm like, that kind of makes sense because a lot of powders are like that. They have that type of chemical in it, I guess. I'm not sure, but according to Dad, that. But again, take that with a grain of salt because I couldn't actually verify that or not. It was just crazy to actually have that happen. Now, I've flown before with an ostomy way when I was younger, around like 16, and never had a problem. So and those 2 days I was wearing powder, and back then I didn't. So it could be true, like it could be the powder. I would have to actually test that theory, but you know, I don't like flying, so But that was my trip. Like, so I would have to tell you guys to watch out for that, because that could happen to you guys. You could get stopped, thought of maybe having some kind of gun residue on you or explosive residue on you as well. So, but it's not the end of the world. It's alright. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.